What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Happy Friday. It is finally the weekend once again. And for a lot of you, this week probably flew by because Monday being Labor Day, I actually had a really fun weekend. Um, and I was supposed to come back home on Monday, but the weather got crappy. I forgot my glasses here at home and I was in Connecticut, and I ended up coming back on Tuesday, and Tuesday was even worse. And on top of that, I was so, I was stuck in so much traffic, you guys. I really had an interesting ride back home. But nonetheless, it was definitely a fun weekend. I've been kind of keeping myself busy throughout the week. Sometimes when you have a day off, it kind of throws everything else off for the week. I used to feel that way, especially when I had a 9 to 5 job. It was like an easy peasy week, but it kind of threw me off a little bit. So with me traveling and it being Labor Day weekend and everything, it's just crazy. But anyway, we're here. I made it. You made it. We got this. The weekend is finally here, you guys. So this weekend, I had a lot of different conversations with, my sister friends, and so much that we talked about and things that are still kind of like ongoing. And so, you know, I can't stress enough that even the weekends when you feel like, okay, maybe you're not at work, but there's still work to be done at home with yourself, right? So I was having conversations with one of my girlfriends, and she's kind of going through something, and I went through this kind of similar situation. Well, not kind of. I went through exactly what she's going through, so I know all too well what she's feeling. But it's one of those things where, just like grief, when you go through something, when you go either whether it's grief, toxicity, whether it's stress, no matter what it is, there are a lot of different stages, like emotional stages that you go through. And you could be good for a couple of days or maybe a couple of weeks, and all of a sudden, something will bother you or trigger you, and you don't know why. And you're like, man, I've been fine all week, or I've been fine talking about this, and I've been fine, hanging out with everyone. And all of a sudden, this happened, and I don't know why it's bothering me. So it's like your subconscious knows why. You may not know why, but that's why it's so important to seek therapy and to heal. Um, and it takes work, because it's not like, okay, you know what, let me get around my friends and let me drink a little bit and let me make myself feel better by doing all these little things. And all these little things are like band-aids. They're just covering up the wound. They're covering up, the, I guess, the infection, so to speak. But you have got to get to the root of that problem in order for you to heal from it. You can't just stick a band-aid on it and think that it's going to be okay, because underneath that band-aid, it's still going to be there. So you have to do the work. And sometimes I know that we're put in a position sometimes where, you either can't afford therapy, or you just can't find your way to therapy, or you're just too depressed or anxious, or you're just going through it so much that you feel like you can't move. But you have to find a way to make that move. It is so important to heal from the very things that are triggering you, so you can understand why things are bothering you, or why things are certain triggers. Like for me, I used to have a lot of triggers and I didn't even know. Like I went through so much. You want to talk about covering up with band-aids? Lord, I'm telling you, one of these days I may just tell my story, but I'm just not ready to do that. But when I tell you, I was in a really dark place, and using those quote unquote band-aids were just pushing me deeper into that black hole that I was in. Because I wasn't fixing the root of what was going on. I wasn't healing from certain things. And so, it took a while. And, sometimes we feel like, oh, as soon as we go into therapy, we feel better. Like, no, 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 no. Sometimes going to therapy is the ugliest thing that you can do, because you have to start facing those ugly parts. You have to start uncovering and peeling away the layers of those very things that you've pushed down deep down, so you don't, deal with them. There were things that I pushed so far back into my mind that if you asked me if it happened, it didn't happen. That's how much I didn't want to deal with certain things. And then the more I began to heal and the more I began to uncover certain things, those things that I were uncovering uncovered something else. And that's what I mean by peeling away the layers. And when I tell you, like, writing really helped me out, it's one thing when you type or when you read or whatever, but there is power in writing because you are actually putting yourself in a vulnerable position to just let loose all of these emotions that you have. Talking about that does the same thing. That's why I'm not, when it comes to like texting and stuff like that and writing things, I'm a big pen and paper kind of person. I'm a big journaling person. It just makes me feel better. I can sit here and type on a computer all day, and sometimes I don't feel the satisfaction that I do when I'm actually writing on a piece of paper because it's all your energy. Your energy is used to move that pen on that paper and to write down all of your emotions. That's why when you hear people talking about manifesting things and, putting yourself in a place to, whether it's manifesting success, wealth, love, health, they'll tell you to write things down because there is power in writing things down. So it's so super important to kind of take a look and not use band-aids, so to speak, to help deal with those things. A lot of people want to go out and have a drink some wine, drink a beer. You want to go out and party and because you don't want to deal with all these different things. And those are just temporary band-aids because when you go home and all is said and done, it's still there. It's still there. So just want to encourage you guys to really dig deep if there's anything wrong or maybe you think you're okay, but you really didn't deal with it the way that you should have. I encourage you to either sit down with yourself, be honest with yourself, be honest with how you feel. If you can, seek counsel somewhere, whether it's a therapist or someone, in a position to be able to kind of help you who's not biased. But I encourage you to do that. Trust me, it is a very, very big help. And it's a really big stepping stone for you guys to heal. On another note, I just want to let you guys know, if you haven't heard my announcement yet, that I have officially opened up my YouTube memberships. So I'm going to break it down to you. So I have two levels to my memberships. One of them is a level 1, which is a $2.99 level. And in that level, you're going to get priority replies from me. So if I have a video out and you're a member, whether you comment first or whether you comment as the 10th person, you will get a priority reply from me because you are a member. You're also going to get special polls from me, certain things that I may add and introduce to my channel. That's for members only, so you guys have somewhat of a say-so when it comes to that stuff. Also, you will get live streams with me, so we'll be able to chat live, and that's the first level. The second level is Scarlight Level 2, which is $4.99, and with that, you're going to get all of my reactions to all of any show that I watch, any movies that I watch, along with all uncut Try Not to Laughs. They will all be there with this level. You will also be getting everything that comes with the first level. So you get all of that in one package for $4.99. So as always, I appreciate you guys so very much, and I would so much appreciate it if you guys went ahead and if you love me like you say you do, go over there and become a member so you can get these special perks from me. But other than that, my reviews will still be open, but any reactions on Try Not to Laugh and things like that will be for members only. So think about it. If your heart leads you to do so, become a member on my channel. But other than that, you guys, I hope you guys have a great weekend. Leave your comments down below. Let me know if you enjoyed my encouragement. It's always nice to be able to share with you guys certain things that I have gone through, because I know there's a lot of people who go through these things and they don't talk about it because they feel like nobody else understands. Trust me, there's a lot of people who understand, but you just have to be able to be honest with yourself and just say, you know what, this is what I'm going through. Let me deal with this. Let me dig up the root of what's going on, and let me just be at peace and begin to heal. All right. Leave your comments down below. If you haven't done so, please subscribe to my channel, hit like, share, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so you guys can get notified whenever I pop up on your feed. I'll see you guys later. Toodles!